podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our Quick Publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Hello and welcome to Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC on a Tuesday where not a whole lot is happening. But players are starting to return to pre-season training after their exploits at Euro 2024. We have Vítězslav Jaros, Andy Robertson and Dominik Szoboszlai all back in the building today after going out in the group stages of Euro 2024. So this is good. Obviously, Sobo is a nailed-on starter. My hope would be that Robbo is no longer a nailed-on starter, given what we've seen over the last two seasons. And I think Jaros potentially steps up if and when Kelleher leaves, and if not, he becomes the third choice, replacing Adrian. It's good to have them back, good to get them training early under Slot, and they'll now be part of the pre-season friendlies and all the work that's to go into preparing for the new season. Not a whole lot going on, obviously. There is some news regarding FSG and Bordeaux, and now it seems like they will not be buying the French club. Whether or not that's their decision or the decision of the seller, it's hard to know. There's been two statements have come out. The club, of course, had been demoted from the second division to the third division because of their financial issues. And it seems like those talks that were ongoing have now broken down. Both sides have issued statements. And in the FSG statement, it says, following extensive and constructive discussions with all stakeholders, Fenway Sports Group has made the decision not to pursue the acquisition of FC Groningens de Bordeaux. We would like to express our gratitude to the chairman and members of the DNCG for giving us the opportunity to meet with them, and thank all of our interlocutors, that's a word I don't know, within Bordeaux and beyond for their collaboration over the past weeks as we saw the solution. Despite our disappointment in not being able to find a viable outcome, we wish the club and its supporters the best possible future. And Bordeaux gave some more detail and said there was specifically concerns from FSG over the financial commitments required in maintaining the stadium. The Bordeaux statement suggests that they've been informed by FSG of its desire not to pursue discussions initiated in recent weeks with a view to purchasing the club. The decision is explained in particular the significant cost of the stadium in the years to come, but also the general economic context of French football. Bordeaux and Gerard Lopez thank FSG for their interest shown in the club, as well as its teams for travelling to meet with stakeholders. The club and its stakeholders are now putting all their energy into finalising a financing plan for the 2024-25 season with a view to the appeal hearing. So they're trying to appeal to get put back into the second division. My guess now is that was one of a number of clubs they had their eye on, and they will just move on to the next one now. It's understandable that they've decided maybe French football is not where they want to go, given the huge uncertainty over finances of clubs in the top flight, let alone potentially in the third division. There's been reports that there are as many as 6 French clubs, top flight clubs, including Nantes, Reims and others, that are potentially staring at administration, because the TV deal that collapsed during COVID was never properly replaced, and the one that was put in place instead of it was much less valuable, and there's now questions over whether it's going to continue. So I can kind of understand, well, I can completely understand why they decided not to go that route. I wonder if they'll look at a club maybe in Belgium or in the Netherlands, one of the smaller leagues, rather than looking at France, rather than maybe looking at Portugal, maybe looking at Belgium or the Netherlands, where it does just seem like there's more of a solid financial footing. And I wonder if a club like Standard Liège would make sense. I think what they really should be doing is they should be looking at 777 and seeing where the opportunities are there, because that's a club that is, or that's an organisation that is facing huge amounts of lawsuits and legal actions, and potentially they're going to have clubs that they're willing to move on. Like, they own Genoa. That'd be, I mean, if they could buy Genoa, it would be a big deal. But they potentially don't want a club that has maybe European potential. Standard Liège would be a good one. Red Star FC in France, I think they'll rule that one out. Vasco da Gama in Brazil, I think that's one that they should be looking at as well. And then they own Hertha Berlin, who are currently in the second division in Germany. They have minority shareholdings in Sevilla and Melbourne Victory. But I think if they could buy like Standard Liège and Vasco da Gama, I think those would be very sensible moves. Anyway, right, Xherdan Shaqiri. Xherdan Shaqiri will no longer be able to extend stunning record he set this year. He has announced his international retirement. He's had an incredible international career for Switzerland. 7 tournaments, many goals, 14 years with the Swiss national team, and unforgettable moments. Scored 10 goals for them at major competitions. That's really impressive for a country like Switzerland. 125 games, 32 goals, 34 assists. Fair play. You have to love the power cube. You have to love the power cube. What else do we have here now on This Is Anfield? Club expected a bit close to Liverpool's price for one-to-away defender. We'll come to that one. We'll read that one. We'll read this one. And we'll have a look at that one as well. Right, let's see. Sepp Vandenberg is reportedly a priority target for PSV Eindhoven, who could now bid close to Liverpool's valuation for the young centre-back. So apparently Liverpool are looking for in around the 20 million mark. PSV don't want to pay that much, but might get within 3 or 4 million. I mean, look, if they can offer us 15 and maybe some add-ons, I just think if he wants to go, then you sell him. Like, we paid 4.4, so if we got a 10 million profit on him, we'll actually have already cleared profit on him, because he's had 4 loans. There'll be 4 loan fees. Now, the first one, maybe Preston didn't pay, but the second one they would have. Schalke definitely did, and Mainz definitely did. So we're probably about break-even point with him. So anything we sell him for now is just going to clear his profit. But the thing is, I'd much rather be keeping him than, like, Nat Phillips. You know? But if he doesn't want to stay, he doesn't want to stay. Liverpool have backed off another centre-back target after Man United bid accepted. So David Ornstein has reported Liverpool backed off Yoro because United had an offer accepted, but we had basically been told that he wants to go to Real. I think we were always just sort of playing the waiting game. Like, if Real don't come in, if he shows a willingness to go elsewhere, then we will make a move. But obviously, he wants to go to Real. We have been linked with Mohamed Simikin of RB Leipzig, which is an interesting one. We were told that Yoro was a market opportunity and that we weren't looking necessarily for a centre-back. Now, he can play right-back and centre-back, and he is very good. He's 24, great athlete, good defender, decent on the ball. He's been at Leipzig now 3 years, having come through the Strasbourg Academy. A couple of years ago, I would have said there was no chance because he had multiple really bad injuries. He tore his ACL, and then he had to have he missed half a season after a second knee injury, a second knee operation. I can't remember exactly what type it was, but he missed a lot of football with injury issues. But over the last 3 years, he really seems to have overcome those injuries. Last season, he played 42 games. The season before, 37, but I think he got sick a couple of times that year and had like 1 or 2 games that he missed due to like knocks and stuff, not actual injuries. And then 41 the year before. So the thing is, he doesn't really make sense unless Gomez is going, because he's mostly similar to Gomez. He's not like a Mata. So maybe Gomez does leave. I thought at the start of the summer Joe probably would leave. So Simikin would make sense replacing him, but I don't think he would make sense if we want a starting centre-back. One champion, 19 goals and over 5,000 minutes played. Liverpool's internationals had a busy summer. So Luis Diaz played 660 minutes at the for his country. Virgil played 648. Cody played 600. Darwin played 544. Sorry, 544. I don't know what's wrong with me. Allison played 540. Alexis played 507. Szoboszlai 417. Robbo 398. Trent 250. Jota 232. Salah 180. Kelleher 180. Bradley 142, Ibu 118, Gravenberch 86, Endo 62, Kumas 47, Yaros 45, Gomez 43. Quansah and Jones did not play at all. This obviously includes all friendlies and all that kind of stuff, as well as the actual tournaments. In terms of goals, Darwin got 5, Gakpo got 3, Diaz got 3, Bradley and Jota and Virgil all got 2, Salah and Trent got 1 each. Robbo and Alexis had 2 assists each. Szoboszlai, Jota, Salah, Gakpo and Diaz had 1 each. And yeah, that is it. So fair play. A lot of players putting in a lot of graft for their national teams over the summer. Now, those that got to the late rounds of the tournament are on their break. And they'll be back 3 weeks after their last game. Which is handy, like the fact that it is a stipulated 3-week break. Now, there is a possibility also that the club gives certain players maybe a little bit more time. They could say to Virgil maybe, look, take another week, just get yourself right, relax, enjoy yourself. I don't think Trent or Gomez would need that extra time, but maybe Diaz could use it, having gotten to the final. Maybe Alexis could use it, having gotten to a final. Darwin maybe having gotten to a semi-final and then played a 3rd and 4th place playoff. And those players, including Virgil, playing, pretty much every minute. Cody, another one, though. That's quite a big group then when you start to look at it. but maybe they do get a couple of extra days just to relax. Luis Diaz is the subject of varying narratives in the Colombian press. He did not have a good final. He did not play well. Argentina managed to completely stifle him. But I would say the primary reason he didn't play well is because of the shift he put in the semi-final against Uruguay, where he was literally having to carry the attacking load when they got knocked 10 men after the sending off, played the entirety of the second half as the sort of lone attacker at times and was all over the pitch. So that's my guess, is that the semi-final kind of wiped him out, because he'd had a pretty good tournament up until the final. Latest news here. Looks like Johnny Heitinga is set to join the coaching staff. That will, of course, go down very well with our friends across Stanley Park, who I'm sure will react in the usual way of being, calm and thoughtful about things. There is a piece on Anfield Watch about Simican. Romano has seen the link and, added to it without actually saying anything at all. There's a piece about Goncalo Inacio. Michael Owen names perfect signing for Liverpool frontline. We'll have a look at that. So, you've probably heard by now that Southgate has resigned as England manager, and some very silly people have rushed to say they should appoint Jurgen Klopp. I mean, did they think there's any chance he'd even consider that deal? Really? I just don't see that he'd even consider going to become England manager. He's just turned down the USA because he wants to take a year off. He's not going to take the England job. You can see another former Red legend, Steven Gerrard, having his name linked and being interested. But of course, Frank Lampard is the dream. Carragher passionately defends Gareth Southgate. He made a show of himself. Sam Maguire's written a really good piece about Mark Guehi. He's also written another piece, would it really be so bad if Liverpool didn't sign anyone this summer? Yes is the answer, Sam. Yes, it is. It would be. We would be throwing away another season, which we can't afford to do with Virgil, Ali and Mo in the primes. So I like Sam's writing, but the suggestion of throwing away the season is just ridiculous. Michael Owen names perfect signing. Let's see. Darrell Bowen. Jesus wept. And Jurgen Klopp's worst signing set to return to Merseyside. So this is Arthur Mello, who apparently Everton are interested in. I think it's a bit harsh to call him Jurgen's worst signing. Jurgen choosing not to play him after he came back from injury is not really Arthur's fault. It would probably be a better signing. Liverpool legend names ideal Anthony Gordon alternative. Eberechi Eze would be a better signing for Liverpool than Anthony Gordon. That is correct. He would be. Liverpool.com, have you got anything for us today? There's a piece on Southgate, piece on Guehi, piece on Jurgen, another piece on Jurgen, another piece on Jurgen, another piece on Jurgen. He's not taking the England job, no matter how many times people call for it. FSG in Bordeaux, a lovely piece entitled "It's Not Coming Home." Just gonna let that one sit and marinate for a second. Richard Hughes can give Liverpool a 131 million transfer boost. Okay, we'll have a look. Here's a piece about Southgate. yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing else that's really worth having a look at there. Check in with Panda Dave and see how he is. But first, let's see. 131 million. So Kelleher, it's about selling players. Kelleher, Seth Vandenberg, Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, Costas Tsimikas, Tyler Morton, and Fabio Carvalho. So they're basically suggesting we sell all of these players, and that could give us around $130 million in realistic sales. And then suggesting that Diaz could be another 70 million or so. Okay. What's Dave got for us? FSG in Bordeaux. The Athletic provide new details on Trent Alexander-Arnold interaction with Gareth Southgate. James Pearce reveals positions Liverpool are examining. So I think he said a forward, a holding midfielder and a centre-back. We'll see. He also said that Liverpool are calm around Virgil's contract extension, so I assume it'll get done. Ex-Liverpool player accepts role at Man City. Let's have a look at that. Liverpool reportedly confident the club will sign highly rated England star. Let's have a look at that. It's a piece about Simican. Piece about Ox, who's got interest from English clubs as he looks to move back home. There's a piece about Inacio. Okay, so who's the ex-Liverpool player that has joined? Oh, Kolo Touré. Kolo Touré will manage the under-16s at Manchester City alongside Jamie Carr. So he won't actually be the manager. So he has gone from being Brendan Rodgers' assistant at Celtic and Leicester to being Wigan manager for 9 games, where he drew 3 and lost 6 and got sacked, to now being the joint manager of Man City's under-16s. Okay, fair play. Okay, this is a piece about Mark Guehi. To be honest, if we're signing someone from Palace, I'd rather just go all in and get Adam Wharton and figure it out after that. Wharton and a holding midfielder with Alexis as the 10. That would be outstanding. Even if they're playing as a 3, Wharton and Alexis as the 8s would be really, really good. Just get that holding midfielder sorted. And then you go Mo, Darwin, Dominic as the front 3, or Mo, Jota, Dominic, whichever you prefer. Jota will miss half the season, so it'll be Mo, Darwin, Dominic for quite a bit. And then you can sell Diaz, and you can use that money to fund that holding midfielder. Club president asserts Liverpool-linked player is not for sale. Oh, it's Baris Alper Yilmaz from Galatasaray. Galatasaray's president or chairman has said he's not for sale. Let's see then. AnfieldIndex.com. What have we got that's new? Revealed who Liverpool will sign this summer. It's an opinion piece, so we'll come back to that. There's a piece about Simican, another piece about Simican, a piece about Bordeaux, a piece about me giving out about Trent not playing in the knockout phases. There is the new minefield that I referenced yesterday, so do give that a listen. And then there is a new Media Matters. Eddie Gibbs, once again, standing in for Dave Davis and talking to David Lynch about all manner of different things Liverpool related. So give that a listen, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
Sports Social Podcast Network.